Good evening, everyone. This Facebook post, well, it has been shared thousands of times, warning that human trafficking is increasing in Blue Ash and Springdale, and that the Russian mafia is active in Mason and Montgomery.
Well, the tri-state charity behind it says they are actually working with police to stop human trafficking.
However, police tell the 9 on Your Side I-Team that post and the group are spreading misinformation. Julie O'Neill went digging for the truth and how local law enforcement are responding. Julie.
Tanya and Craig, the head of Urban Success Mentoring, calls her nonprofit non-traditional. Others in anti-human trafficking work call it dangerous, both because of what she is saying and what she claims she and her team are doing.
It's dangerous work.
The danger this Milford woman says she faces is why she gives only her first name.
Thank you for having us. I'm Paulette. I am the founder and director of Urban Success Mentoring.
This is YouTube video of Paulette speaking recently to Goshen High School students.
We work with victims of domestic violence.
She says her nonprofit rescues victims of domestic violence and human trafficking.
Either for commercial sex purposes or organ harvesting. That's very popular here.
Organ harvesting is popular here?
In the U.S.
Do you know of any instances where there's been attempted organ harvesting or successful organ harvesting anywhere in the tri-state area?
Here. No, not off the top of my head.
It's one of many claims the I-Team sat down with Paulette to clarify about the work of Urban Success Mentoring. A registered Ohio nonprofit since June of 2016, Paulette would not disclose the names of her team or even her board members.
Is there a reason you want all that?
So I'm curious why you don't want to tell me, because it's a nonprofit.
Right, but our work is very, very sensitive. It has to be very secretive. It has to be protected.
As Paulette told the Goshen students, many of her team members are former gang members who go into volatile situations.
We don't play about this. We just had a teammate almost killed protecting someone because we're a pretty aggressive team, straight outreach team.
Do you agree that what she does is dangerous?
That's probably about the most truthful thing that she said.
Yeah, if that's in fact going on, it's extraordinarily dangerous.
The I-Team shared the Goshen High School video with Claremont County Assistant Prosecutor Scott O'Reilly and Sheriff Steve Leahy.
That is direct misinformation to children in this community, and the last thing we should be doing is striking fear into citizens about things that just aren't taking place.
O'Reilly is the county's point person on human trafficking.
I have not heard of her before.
Or her group?
Or her group.
In fact, law enforcement in Warren and Hamilton counties tell the I-Team they only became aware of Paulette after she posted on Facebook this March 7th PSA from those of us in the human trafficking field, urging people to be cautious in the Mason, Sims Township, and Montgomery areas where she states the Russian mafia is very active. You know the Russian mafia is here.
We know, yes.
The post, mentioning other tri-state communities as well, was shared thousands of times, spurring rumors that people were being approached in random shopping places by traffickers. The fear inspiring mothers in Sims Township to invite Paulette to this neighborhood meeting I attended, at which she said she was doing a rescue that very night.
We're taking like 9 people. He's extremely dangerous. He's got a house full of gang members and pit bulls. We're going with a lot of people.
The concerns provoked by this post led Cincinnati police to respond with their own Facebook post March 13th, stating there have been no police reports made in the city of Cincinnati that can be attributed to any of the statements of human trafficking made in the Facebook post. This YouTube video, newly released by Urban Success Mentoring, tells of its longtime work in Cincinnati.
We began years ago in the inner city of Cincinnati as a gang intervention program.
Cincinnati police confirmed to the I-Team they hadn't heard of the group until that March 7th post.
It started a hysteria that wasn't necessary.
Blue Ash was also named in the post as a place where trafficking was growing at the moment. Its police confirmed they met with Paulette.
We received concerns from citizens, as did a lot of other departments in the Cincinnati area.
Officer Beth Roach heads the human trafficking investigations for Blue Ash and says she's never had a case where a victim was randomly approached in a shopping area.
All the victims I've dealt with have had vulnerabilities, whether that's drug addiction, a lack of immigration status, abusive background, throwaway kids, runaway kids.
And Roach says she's received no information from Paulette's group.
I just would like to have the name of an agency where you reported a human trafficking incident where someone was abducted.
Maybe off camera.
Paulette also claims in a post, law enforcement works with us and trains us.
Which law enforcement agencies helped train Urban Success team members?
The law enforcement agencies who really support what we do. Again, I can't expose everything about my organization. I'm sorry.
Later, Paulette told me this about her team's training.
We get together and we do our own training because what we do is very unique and it's not textbook. We assist law enforcement because they get tired of it.
To me, that just sends a terrible message to people.
Sheriff Leahy says Paulette's team has never assisted his team, which is vigilant in handling domestic violence calls. And he worries women in crisis will call the number on Paulette's website instead of 911.
If it's an act of domestic, I think that law enforcement should be notified.
A lot of people don't want to call 911.
Paulette calls her group an alternative.
So why do you go in to de-escalate and retrieve instead of the police?
Because it's very dangerous for a law enforcement officer to show up in uniform. That escalates everything.
Paulette says in her YouTube video she's a domestic violence survivor who simply wants to help people.
I know that I made it, and I want everybody else to make it. I don't think there's anything wrong with what we do. We're not doing anything illegal. You know, as long as God calls me and equips me to do it, I'm going to go.
We agreed not to use Paulette's last name because she has not been charged with any legal wrongdoing, but the I-Team has learned the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office is investigating her nonprofit, which has done quite a bit of fundraising here. Our investigation continues tomorrow night with more on that and other claims Paulette has made that deeply concern social service agencies working in anti-human trafficking and domestic violence. Tanya?
Julie, this is stunning.